stand by. Engine room, reverse 1/4. And don't foul line. Aye, aye, sir. Out of line away. Engine room, and 1/4. Down last bell. Captain, welcome aboard the River. I'm your captain, Horace Bixby, and the pilot with me here on the Texas deck is a young pup that goes by the name of Sam Clemens. Hey, he's marking his 100th voyage down the river today with nary a calamity on his voyage so far. Sam knows this river like his own backyard. Sam, tell our guests everything you know about this river.
Well, now, I always figure it is better to keep your mouth shut and get stupid for real and move on down. But I will tell you this, I love this river more than anything else. I've loved this river even from the time I was a toddler back in Missouri. Before we get too much further out of port, I think I should mention that you best not be sitting on those handrails. They're the only thing between you and the river. And the river don't always stay calm. So I wouldn't lean out beyond those rails for that reason either. Now, for those of you on the port side, that river town we're passing is frontier land. A few years back, it was no more than a boom town carved out of the wilderness by a handful of settlers looking to start a new life. Today, utility and petroleum are running rampant. Ford still has a share of woodlands trappers, keel boaters, prospectors, and Indians, but mostly it's flush time and well on its way to becoming a fine big city. Frontierland reminds me some of my own hometown, Hannibal. It takes me back to when I was a barefoot boy growing up alongside the riverbank. You know, it seems to me that when I was younger, I could remember everything, whether it happened or not. But as I grow older, I seem to remember only the things that never happened at all. See that peak just beyond the outskirts of Frontierland? That's Chickapin Hill, or at least it used to be. My dad burst a few years back, and folks been calling it Splash Mountain ever since. Some of these are taking a ride and hollowed out logs over the big falls. Seems far-fetched, I know, but it's the truth. All my life, it seems I never could tell a lie that anybody would doubt, or a truth that anybody would believe. But believe me when I tell you, truth is the most valuable thing we have. So I make sure I only use it with economy. Across the way on the starboard side was my stomping grounds when I was young. Exceedingly young. Marvelously young. Young by hundreds of years. Younger than I will ever be again. It's called Tom Sawyer's Island and is named for a credit from my boyhood. Even still, the only way you can get there is by water. Old man Harper's graveyard is there, back in the woods just off Don's Range. And that's Mutt Potter's pond and his lineage. We cave. Lots of adventure, if you know where to look.
For what?
We all knew where to look.
I want to go on it.
That's Superstition Bridge. It connects the Big Island to the Little One. And if you follow the Wilderness Trail there, it'll lead you right up to the gates of Fort Langhorne. It's the last trading outpost before we head into Indian country.
Mommy, are they going to drop us here? Huh? Mommy, are they going to drop us right here? No. Come on, I want to go on a ride.
Look off to the port side there. Every now and then, the water under that crest of rock comes to a natural boil and spurts out all over the place like a tea kettle left on the fire too long. Indians around here used to tell me these geysers were actually unfriendly spirits, upset by uninvited trespassers traipsing all over their sacred hunting ground. Be that as it may, that big Thunder Mountain poking up in the sky over there. The Indians named it that because of the sound the falls used to make when the big rains came. Then miners and prospectors and get-rich-quick speculators showed up, and the name stuck because of the sound of flashing power going off everywhere. Runaway mine train rolling down with simple-hearted, terror-filled folks like you. Well, I'll be. Look who's drifted out of the bayou. Off the port, Captain. It's Beacon Joe.
Oh, Beacon's been parking this river for longer than I can remember. Every time the river cuts a new channel, old Beacon puts out a wire to let us know whether it's safe to travel or not. However,
Man, that was so realistic.
He can navigate the Liberty Bell.
They really did a good job on that one. Yeah.
Well, I was born humble, Captain, but mostly it's worn off. Captain, you need village support.
Now that's something you don't see much out this way. That's an Algonquin Indian village. Looks to be from the telephone truck. Usually they stay further east. I've seen Seminole and Miami this far west. And of course Shoshone, Blackfeet, and Crow, but I've never seen elephants out here.
Lots of game out this way. I've seen moose and deer and plenty of other critters along the shoreline.
That could be why the Hawkins are not this far. Just following the food trail. call it Penelope, which means fire, because of the smoke and sparks pouring out of our top stack. And the first time we passed this way, they thought it was the return of one of their heavenly messengers. They said our riverboat was a comet of the sun. Just beyond the village, up that hill, is their sacred burial ground. Those who fall in battle place atop the traditional dead of death. After nightfall, they'll return to mourn the great warriors who brought honor to the tribe.
Attention deck watch. Jolt, port and starboard. Engine room, steady on.
We're entering shallow water, but there's no cause for worry. Sam knows every shoal and shallow, every snag and sandbar in this part of the river, and he will navigate us through to safe water. You wouldn't steer us wrong, would you, Sam?
I believe we ought never to do wrong, Captain. Especially when others are looking. Leadsman, sing out.
Would us be halfway, halfway, halfway. Waterless, let's make country.
Those of you that have been this way before know that the water can get fairly shallow along this stretch of the river. The leadsmen pull out the deck. Each mark is a fathom or 6 feet. Mark 20 is 2 fathoms, and for us that means safe water.
Captain, we're passing Cutthroat Corner. Attention deck crew, stay alert. If there's river pirates out here, this is where they'll most likely be. I can hear them from here. After all the commotion, it sounds like their interests lie elsewhere.